We continue to follow breaking news in the NFL. We have another twist in what has been a wild free agency period so far in the offseason. The Chiefs have given wide receiver Tyreek Hill permission to seek a trade. Contract talks between his team and the Chiefs had a stalemate. Our insider Jason Lockenfor able to confirm that news. ESPN adding the Dolphins and Jets in serious consideration to land the Cheetah as he potentially now can leave Chiefs Kingdom. How good has Tyreek Hill been? Well, you're taking a look at his first 6 seasons in NFL history. It's a very short list of 450 or more catches, 6,500 or more receiving yards, and 55 or more receiving touchdowns. It's Larry Fitz, it's Randy Moss, it's Marvin Harrison, and Tyreek Hill. All right, let's bring in senior NFL fantasy analyst Jamey Eisenberg. And Jamey, there's a lot of different ways we can go, but let me just start with the team impact. If Tyreek Hill cannot come with a deal with the Kansas City Chiefs and he leaves, how much do you downgrade Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, you have to downgrade him a little bit. You know, the quarterback position is so deep and there's so many great guys at the top. He's already number 2 for me behind Josh Allen. So he would fall behind Justin Herbert because of what Herbert has at his disposal. He'd fall behind Lamar Jackson. But that's about it. You know, I'm not putting him behind Tom Brady. I'm not putting him behind Russell Wilson. You know, the things that Mahomes does will still be very good. They just will not be, I think, number 1 good. I don't think we'll get another 5,050 season out of him, at least the expectations. Now, we do have to see what comes back. Is it Marquez Valdez-Scantling? Is there a potential if he goes to Miami that Jalen Waddle is sent back in return? Is there a chance if he goes to the Jets that Elijah Moore is sent back in return? So there's still a lot to love about Patrick Mahomes, but please don't make this trade. We don't want to see this happen for Mahomes' fantasy value for sure.
What about Travis Kelce?
You know, Kelsey's still the number 1 tight end. I think it's not like he's going to get a huge uptick in targets. You know, you might have to be a little bit concerned because now there'll be more attention in his direction. You know, what we saw last year was teams taking away the deep opportunities for the Chiefs and certainly taking away the deep, throw down the seam for Travis Kelce. So he wasn't as explosive from a yards per catch standpoint like we're used to seeing, at least over the course of a full season, but he still put up pretty good numbers. So I'm not going to worry too much about Travis Kelce. He's still going to be the number 1 tight end.
Given what Tyreek Hill brings to the table, given how the Chiefs like to run their offense, we were at the Combine. Is there a receiver that you like from a speed perspective? You threw out a few names in return. What would be a good fit for that pass-catching group in your eyes, Jamey?
I mean, depending on, what kind of, first-round pick they got or multiple first-round picks they got, if they're able to get one of the Ohio State guys because of how they run, a Drake London would certainly be somebody that you'd have to, be of interest if you're the Chiefs and just what his ability is. Clearly not Tyreek Hill, a difference-making type of guy there. But, I think, you just look at kind of what the offseason has been for them. Mecole Hardman's kind of a guy that they've been waiting for, something to develop from him, a second-round pick a few years ago that just hasn't necessarily taken off, but his numbers have been good when Tyreek Hill has been off the field. Obviously, Juju Smith-Schuster's now there. You look at Marquez Valdez-Scantling, if in fact that's the replacement option that they bring in from free agency. So I don't know if there's somebody from the draft that steps in and automatically replaces Tyreek Hill. I think they probably go with the veteran route with what they've already done, Juju and maybe somebody else like an MVS.
We're taking a look at the deep threats. Nobody better than the Cheetah during that time. Let's target the 2 teams that are reportedly the front runners, so to speak. Jamey, let's start with the Dolphins. If Tyreek Hill goes to the Dolphins, what impact is there for him and for that team from a fantasy perspective?
It's clearly a downgrade because it's a quarterback downgrade, and again, we'd have to see what the Dolphins send back in return. But you start to see a nice offense, getting built there in Miami. And the question becomes, can Tua take advantage of it? Because Teron Armstead, the 2 running backs that they brought in, Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, they keep Mike Gesicki. So we'll see what they do in terms of, how this all comes together. If they keep everybody intact and there's just draft pick compensation going back to Kansas City, so it's Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and those other guys. The thing that would be fun about Tyreek Hill, which is kind of keep him in the same range of the things that he does, Mike McDaniel just had the opportunity to do some creative things with Deebo Samuel, using him in the backfield, using him in jet sweeps, using him in motion. Well, what did the Chiefs do with Tyreek Hill? Early in his career, he was playing out of the backfield a lot. As his career has gone on, he's become clearly more a complete receiver, but we know he has the ability to touch the ball in a variety of ways. So I think Mike McDaniel would be the most creative in using him. He would still be a top 10 receiver in Miami, but would no longer be a top 5 guy because of the quarterback downgrade. For the Jets, it would be probably the worst case scenario because, look, Zach Wilson showed the ability to throw the ball down the field, but this is still probably one of the worst offenses in the NFL. Now, I do think that the offensive line improvements will help. I think another year in the system for Zach Wilson will help. Having all of his guys healthy will help. Remember, he did not play a full season with Elijah Moore, with Corey Davis, with Michael Carter. Those guys all missed time at various points last season. But Tyreek Hill's a difference maker, so it clearly elevates Zach Wilson. And I think you look at Tyreek Hill, still a top 15 caliber receiver, but that would be the worst downgrade if he goes to the Jets.
Jamey, before I let you go, we know that teams that have cap space, which aren't a lot of them, would be in a position to get Tyreek Hill, give him the money that he wants. Let's throw that out the window. If I were just to ask you a dream scenario for you for Tyreek Hill, if it's not KC, which I know you really like and hope that works out, give me a team and a situation and a quarterback you'd love to see.
Well, I mean, there's an MVP sitting out there that just lost his best guy in Devontae Adams. So let's send him to Green Bay. You know, if I'm the Packers, I find any way possible to get under the cap, to find a way to make this move happen because they need a player like him. Clearly, you know, you look at the other part of this, that MVS probably not going back to Green Bay as well. So you're staring at Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb and Robert Tonyan and the weapons in Green Bay. Get him to the Packers, you know. So if there was some way, shape, or form for Green Bay to get in the mix, now that they know that this is out there and they know what they just lost. So get creative with your money, get creative with the trade compensation, get Tyreek Hill to the Packers. So if he leaves Kansas City, that's the best destination for him. Go play with Aaron Rodgers, get a couple years with, still one of the best quarterbacks in the business. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but he's not far off. So I would love to see that marriage happen if he can get to Green Bay.
Jamey Eisenberg breaking it down with the breaking news. Jamey, certainly appreciate it. I'm sure this will be talked about in the next edition of Fantasy Football Today. Of course.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.